Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a new video, and from the background you can tell that I am not in my usual setup, not a setup, my office space. So yeah, I wanted to do this video because I really wanted to put out a video like this. For some reason I really feel pressed, not pressed by anybody per se, but I just feel like it would be useful to someone to make this kind of video. So this is a 2019 in review video for moi, which is basically, I've been seeing these videos going around and I really enjoy watching it, just listening to what people did throughout the year, what they accomplished, what they consider as accomplishments, what they consider as losses and all of that. And I just wanted to do something like that for you guys as well. So I put up on my Insta story like a poll of if you wanted a 2019 year in review, or you wanted a 2020 resolutions video, and you guys, most people chose the 2019 year in review. So that's what this video is going to be about. So yeah, I'm just going to start at the very beginning. As of January 1st, I was jobless, unemployed. So yeah, I was very unemployed, and that was because, is a video by reason for being unemployed? I don't know, but I'm just speaking off the top of my head. I have no notes or anything. This is a very random video. I feel like the sun is bearable and it's a little bit quiet. In my ear, background noises, I have cousins, siblings, lots of people in the house, so I'm just squeezing in time to make this video. I'm about to go out in a few minutes, so I'm going to rush through it a bit. 2019, I was very unemployed. That was beginning of 2019, January. I had just finished NYC October 2018, so I did not have, that was October, yeah, October, November. So I went home. I went to Niger State to stay with my parents for a while, and then my sister came to visit my parents as well, and she bases in Abuja. So I was like, okay. She said, oh, why don't you just come over and visit Abuja for a while, because my initial plan was actually to base in Ibadan. Why? Ibadan is close to Lagos. I will avoid the chaos of Lagos and at the same time have access to Lagos if I need to, because I have most of my audience, as far as I know, based in Lagos. I'm breathing hard because it's hot. So, oh my goodness. Because I have most of my friends and my audience is mostly in Lagos. So that was the plan. So I was supposed to go visit my sister for a short while and then come back. So while I was there, she was like, oh, why don't you just apply for jobs? And yeah, I applied January, February, and I told God I want a job by the end, before my birthday. My birthday is March 15th. That was my personal prayer. I asked God to please give me a job before March 15th, because I was beginning to get frustrated, and I know people have been looking for jobs even way longer than me, but it doesn't change the fact that I mean, people are different and we don't all react to situations the same. So I prayed and I kept praying. I looked so fertile. I wasn't even getting like callbacks. It's one thing if you are getting callbacks and you're going for interviews, at least you feel like, okay, at least, okay, I got something. People are saying something, that's why they want you to talk to me. But I wasn't getting that. So as at February, I can't remember, ending of February, my sister sent me a job link in the fashion industry, and I have a little bit of my experience because I was a fashion intern. So my sister sent me that job link and I applied for the job. I got called for an interview, I think the next day. So I went the next day and I had that interview, and I don't like interviews. I don't like speaking in public. I don't like I'm just trying to overcome that fear by having my podcast. So I went for the interview and I knew I answered my questions well. I knew I presented myself. I was poised, and I knew I did not terribly. But I saw one girl coming down. She was laughing, just smiling. And in my mind, I was like, well, that job's gone, because people like personality, right? People like people who are expressive and friendly, and so I thought. So I was like, okay, this job is already gone. I do not have this job. I went home, I slept, I woke up because I usually wake up around 2. I have a little bit of insomnia, but not like terribly bad. So I woke up around 2. I just decided to check my email, and I saw congratulations, you got in the job, and you had to start on Monday 5th. That was beginning of March. So God answered that prayer. It was very exciting for me, and suddenly all the prayers seemed worth it. And I'm not going to lie, I was so stressed. I was very it wasn't the best time before, because it's just terrible. Like I'm living with 2 people, my 2 sisters, and so every day they come home and meet you at home. They leave in the morning, you are on the bed, they come home, meet you in bed. It's not, yeah, nobody wants to be in that situation, right? So that was that. So that was my first win of 2019 or so. I thought, you know how God gives you something, and in that moment it's so amazing and it's the best thing ever, and all of a sudden you begin to see loopholes in it, and it doesn't feel, it's obvious nothing is perfect. It's human. So I went into that job and I was so excited, and so you know how first week of new work you're so excited to work and you're so I was fire, and I went in and it was good. And then I realized how much a routine that work was. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to routine, which is something I want to talk about a lot more on the podcast, every job is a routine. It's just that routines are different. Now, I can remember when we started, I was a fashion styling intern. We had a routine. Every day you wake up, you pick out outfits depending on the job that my boss had. Go style the client. You have to stay there till it's done. Get back your clothes and go home. Now in that routine, there is interaction. You are meeting different people. You are having conversations. You are seeing drama sometimes. So that kind of routine is different. Now when you're sitting down in an office space and you have, let's say you're doing I was a sales admin. That was the position I got, by the way, I forgot. When you are doing the exact same work every single day, the highlight of my work was having customers working. I interact with customers, I help them to make choices, I give them options of based on what they wear, things that they would like. I kept notes of like transactions, record of names and things like that. So it became boring, and it became very and the structure wasn't so great. If you if you've come across my Instagram, I did this Dear Employee series where I talk about like some of the flaws that employees need to look out for and how to do better in their structuring, and just some of the complaints that maybe employees might have that I think that employers should look into. The first one was getting a job before my birthday, and the second one was starting that podcast. I did not know that it was going to become a major part of my life like this. I did not know it was going to become a thing that I really become consistent at, because consistency is not my strong suit. But that has all changed this 2019, which is another win. Let's focus on this. So I was at home one day, and everything I had on Instagram, she posted, she posted a video of that how easy it is to start a podcast. I've been listening to podcasts for such a long time prior to this. So for me to find out that it is that easy to start a podcast, all I had to do was download an app. You don't mean it. I quickly went on, downloaded the podcast. I was like, okay, I told my sister, oh, let's try this. And we sat down together and we recorded, because just go and listen to the very first episode of the podcast. We talked about a child's longer truth and all. It was pretty funny and very unedited and unfiltered, and lots of my dialect was in it and all of that good stuff. And that was how I launched my podcast from my bedroom. And yes, here we are. 9 months or 10 months or 11 months later, almost a year, and it's been an amazing ride, and season 2 is coming in 2020. So number 2 win was starting my podcast. So number 3 win for me was finding out that I could be very consistent. I was very surprised because I've started quite a lot of things, and I have stopped and I have started new things, and for the first time I really found myself being very consistent. By the way, obviously this is a new day, and we are on our way out, and this is the only opportunity I have to make this video, and I really want to get it out. So consistency was my third win. being able to every Monday put out an episode, and just it was a win really, because it's not something that I had been able to do before with other projects that I had started. So this was an amazing win, and it was, yeah, I really felt good that I could put it out, except like maybe 2 Mondays I didn't put out an episode, and it's probably one because I was sick or because I was like incapacitated, which is something I want to change this new year. I want to batch record so that I always have an episode to put out. So that was my third win of 2019. My one of the major losses, no, it was not really a major loss, it was just like something that made me feel like a failure a little bit. I applied for a job that I really, really wanted. And of course, there's this batch applying for a job that we do as millennials. We just apply for anything that we see, okay, I could fit in this criteria. But having worked in this place and knowing what I wanted from a work environment, knowing that, okay, these were my skills and this is what I could do, I applied for a marketing assistant job. I really wanted a marketing assistant position because marketing is a field that really interests me. I like the whole process of the research, getting of data, making decisions based on data, and all of that good stuff. Making graphics that are appealing, knowing what appeals to the to people, and all of that really interests me. It's an area that I want to dabble into, or dabble in rather. So I applied for a marketing assistant job in it's I think it's called a social enterprise. So they're in the health field, and I really loved what they stood for. I'm pretty sure I read all the articles on their sites, because that is how much I was impressed with their work. I really, really wanted to work there. So I went for the initial aptitude test. I passed. They called me for an interview. I came for, okay, before the interview, they gave me a phone call that I was successful, and they want to know if I was interested in a part-time, full-time, or like what do you call this other part-time, full-time, and is it freelance, for what some kind of opportunity, which one was I interested in. I said full-time, and they asked me, okay, if we give you the job today, how long will it take for you to be available? And I said 2 weeks. Great. They said, okay, they'll get back to me. They then called me for an interview. I went for the interview. I was very unimpressed with the fact that they were not aware that I was going for an interview. How do you send? This is a company that is run by a young person, quite alright, but it's pretty well known, and I expected more. Let's just say, okay, they did an interview for me. I could feel that it was rushed, and they were not really prepared. And I kept waiting for a call back to hear, because they already informed me that whether or not I get the opportunity, they were going to get back to me on whether I got it or not, which is what I love. I do not love to be left hanging. Nobody loves that. So I was like, okay, I was pretty excited. I was like, oh, I hope I get this. I hope I get this. One month passes, 2 months. I knew it was a long time to hope. That is how much I wanted it. So I messaged them, and I sent them a message, and I said, oh, hi, is this opportunity still available, because I'm still very much interested. And they said, oh, we've not yet chosen someone, so it's the whole thing is still in the process of happening. And I said, okay, great, that they would still get back to me. I said, great. I waited and waited and waited. I never happened. So I just knew that was gone. But I felt so deflated. I was so unhappy, because I really like there's not a lot of things that I pursue with all my heart, but that was one of them. I really wanted it. So I obviously did not get the opportunity, and that passed me by. I was still working in my place. As at August, in my workplace, I had a little bit of issues with my boss's wife, complaints like people, because of lack of structure, people coming in and thinking that they are bosses, and I do not take that shit. Like, I do not tolerate things like that. So having that issue is really, I felt like my energy was a little bit drained, and I was not doing my best anymore. I just felt like I'm ready to go anyway. Like, there was literally a point in my work, in when I was working, that I was hoping that my boss would fire me, because I did not have the heart, to the mind, to just start up and leave. Like, how do you just quit a job? Do you understand? So that was a very low point in my life. I just trash. I woke up every morning, and literally the only thing that took me to work was Wi-Fi. The fact that I will have Wi-Fi to go on the internet, create content, and be on social media. That was what was my driving force, as at the last 3 to 4 months in my work life, where when I was working in my former place. So while I was there, I was still applying for jobs. By the way, I did not just stop applying for jobs or anything like that. No, I having that issue with my boss's wife, and it was just stressful, and I do not like stress. I don't think anybody does like stress and all of that. So I decided, or saying anything, I'm sweating because it's hot. So without saying anything, and that was the plan because I was very pissed. At the time I made one of my dear employee videos on Instagram. I made a video about it like that. Check my Instagram out. My handle will be somewhere here. So but the Holy Spirit rebuked me, because one thing I've done, I do not want to do, is burn bridges. No matter where I work and no matter what the situation was like, I want to live in peace. I do not want to carry any grudge or any headaches. So I did not quit that job. I stayed August, September, October, November. I had a burial in December that I need to go, and knowing that my boss would not let us go because of the kind we're in the fashion industry. December is our time. Do you understand? It's that time of the year where people spend a lot of money on clothes. So taking a break is not. It doesn't make sense. So decided that okay, I was going to quit my job. I was telling people, nobody encouraged me. No, nobody encouraged me in the sense that, I mean, do you understand? There's no problem at your work as at this time, so why do you want to leave? But I was feeling very stuck. I was feeling very underdeveloped. I was feeling very like drained and just a blare. I was not moved at my work, and my boss could tell. So but I kept showing up. Anyway, at this point I kept applying for work, because I was like, how would you feel? For anytime I told people that I was going to quit my job, the question they kept asking me was, do you have something else? And it's somehow to say no. So it was really a low time for me, because even though I kept a strong face and I was not feeling depressed, because I knew I was making the right decision, but I was, as any human being would be, I was very worried about what the future held. Like, what would happen? How would it be? How would I feed myself? How would I take care of myself? Would I be depending on people again? Do you understand? Because when you learn to become dependent on yourself, and when you've reached a point where you take care of your own responsibilities, it's hard to go back to being dependent on other people. So that was my situation. So eventually I had a dream, and in that dream I had submitted that letter earlier than I anticipated, and I just took it as a sign that God wanted me to submit that letter earlier. I wanted to wait till half of the month, so that if anything happened, I would still receive half my salary for that month. The human brain logic. But apparently God didn't want me to do it that way. I submitted my letter, and at the end of the month I left. And you guys, God came through. I decided that I was going to take that December to just see God's face, just have fellowship with Him, because as at this point I've been working 7 days a week for almost a month. So say I quit my job on a Saturday. My last day was a Saturday. On Sunday, a friend came to visit, and I just spoke with her. I told her, oh, I quit my job, like the way I was telling everybody, like, have me in mind, that kind of thing. And on Monday she called me that, okay, come speak with my boss. And on Friday, guys, I left with a contract for a job that forced me to travel, even though it's within Nigeria. It's something that I get to communicate with people, the thing I've always wanted, meet different kinds of people in different places, and the pay is great. So that was my fourth win of 2019, and it was amazing, and it made my 2019, like, it's almost like I could see why I didn't get the health job, because if I gotten that job, I wouldn't be in the position to be available for this job that I got. I could see why so many things, why I had to quit when I quitted. If I'd waited, because initially the logical thing to do would have been wait till December and quit, then start the new year fresh with a new job, or like searching for a new job. But I quit in November instead, and people could not understand. My staff kept telling me, oh, why don't you just quit in December at once, so that you can now start in January? But I just felt this urgency to just quit when I quit, and if I had not, this opportunity wouldn't have been mine. And it just showed me how God arranges God is truly an artist. So that was a quick review of my 2019, and it ended in a very amazing note. So in a very amazing note, that English is right. It ended great. There's a problem here. It's ended well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell so that you get notified when I upload new videos. I'm going to be making more content for my YouTube channel. I'm going to be recommending on this channel. So yeah, let me know what video you like to see. Do you want to see a 2020 resolutions video? Like this video, share it with someone, and yeah, tell me what you think in the comment section. Have an amazing 2020.